Hey everybody, it's Michael with Bay Area Hiking Guides, giving you that information, that knowledge to hike with confidence. In this video, we're going to be talking about ghost stories of the Bay Area and beyond. Halloween, the weeks are getting so much closer, these years go by so fast, this topic always comes up. We're going to be talking about a particular park that has had some trouble in the years past with a particular type of group. I don't know much about the group, but I've heard the stories. And it's really fascinating as well as kind of creepy. Now, I like Redwood Regional Park. It's a beautiful park. It's great to take the family, great to take the kids, some really challenging hikes as well as really easy hikes as well. But there's a particular group of people, I guess, that run some kind of, sacrificial worshiping kind of type of group. Now, I hope this story doesn't make you not want to go visit that park, because you definitely want to go visit it. I didn't really know any about this that was going on, and I've been through that park in the middle of night, pouring down rain in a rainstorm with nobody at that park. But the weird thing about it is I was actually in a parking lot at Mount Diablo one time, and there was a group of ladies that were all getting together to do a hike. It was a female hiking club, and one of them came up to me and we struck a conversation, and she mentioned to me that about her experience at Redwood Regional Park. Incident where she came across a bag of dead chicken bits, raw blood chicken, all in one big bag. And now I spoke with Beth about this. Actually, Beth was there that day, and she said that she's kind of heard of similar incidents that have happened within that park. Dug in a little bit more, I found more evidence of people finding out about these sacrifices that this group makes with chickens. And they hang stuff from trees and do a whole bunch of random kind of creepy stuff in the woods as they make these worshiping sacrifices. And, I guess you can call them a cult. And that's been going on for quite some time. So I've never heard anything about anybody like getting chased out of the park or people getting threatened or, physical damage happening to anybody. Apparently the Regional Park District has been doing a big part in getting a lot of this stuff removed from hanging in the trees and stuff like that. So there is that group that does go on in the Redwood Regional Park. They're not supposed to, but they do it anyway, and they've been doing it for quite some time. So I was pretty intrigued to find out about it. It was very interesting. The other one that I was hiking around, I used to live in Martinez. So in Martinez, we had an old cemetery behind us. 1800s, there's people in there from the 1800s. A lot of people in there that, they've been in there for a while. Trail that used to go right up, I'm on there, right above Rankin Park, or right before you get into Rankin Park. And you used to hike up there, and then right to the right of that was a cemetery. That's a pretty good sized cemetery. One of the cemeteries. And I used to see a lot of orbs and lights that were kind of dancing around all over the place in the middle of the night, right by the cemetery, a lot by some of the tombstones. And you'd see these little light beams kind of dancing around like a fairy, and then they disappear. Sometimes you'd see red light, and that would kind of dance around. It was kind of a creepy feel to it, for sure. But it was also very intriguing to sit there and watch this kind of take place, and it would eventually disappear. We don't have fireflies here. So I'm going to tell you about another little experience that was not much of a ghost story, but just a creepy individual that we came across, me and another buddy, that, you want to hear this one. Let's continue on, and I'll tell you more about some of these ghost stories. Alright, so this next story is not a ghost story, but a pretty creepy story in general. I've had my fair share of creepy stories, and I've had my fair share of running into people that are kind of, concerning. So I've explored a lot of parks in the Bay Area. I've come across a few people that were, you just wonder about. Castle Rock State Park is a gorgeous park. It's really easy to go out there and backpack. You don't barely have to do anything. Not a lot of paperwork required. But in general, it's a really, really cool park to check out. But this particular incident was, a bit concerning. So I was training a young man how to get into backpacking and just getting him into endurance. He wanted to work up to elite level, and he had already been a rather pretty good hiker. So he was able to do a pretty good amount of mileage already, so I was training him in distance. And we were going to be doing a 20-miler that morning, but unfortunately my knee went out on me, so we had to do a smaller hike and then eventually get our stuff and pack up and leave. Now, why we had to pack up and leave had nothing related to my knee. My knee wasn't that bad, but what we ran into definitely made me want to pack up and leave. We had woke up the morning and my knee was feeling better, but not good enough to do a 20. So we decided to do a little small hike. We're hiking around and we come across an individual, and we come across a single track trail, and there was a gun range that was not too far off from where we were located, as well as a prison. We come across a fallen tree, a pretty large fallen tree that had fallen on the trail, and we couldn't see on the other side of it, so we had to basically duck and crawl around and get around it to get to the other side of the trail. We hear this shouting, and, "Hey, who are you?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" And he says, "Are you hiking?" I said, "Yeah, it appears to be. It appears to be that way." And he said, "Well, why don't you come over here?" I'm like, "Well, why don't you come over here and come out the bushes so I can see you?" So he wanders out of the bushes, and he's got a big, fat machete. I don't know what he was doing with it. He's got this big machete, and he puts the machete in the little machete holster, and I'm already creeped out. And we're way up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. This is thick, thick, thick forest. I mean, thick. We're way off grid. So he comes out of the bushes, asks if he can come along with us. Now, at this point, I can't necessarily say no, because it's only one trail at where we were. And I can't necessarily, so I can't do that, because if I say no, who knows where he's going to go, and I don't want this guy behind me. So I want this guy in front of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say yes, which I did. And what I did was I said, "Yes, come along with us, sure. But on one condition, you're going to hike in front of us. It seems like you know your way around here." So he hiked in front of us. And I hiked in the middle, and then my buddy who I was training was behind me. I started talking to the guy, and he wanted to kill the sharks, and he hated sharks, he hated squirrels, he hated anything that was, wildlife. He just wanted to, he had this, a gut of, wanting to just kill everything. I didn't understand it at all. I'm like, God, this guy's off his rocker. He continued on. Now, during this whole conversation, he's grabbing his machete. So at any given time, he could stop and swing it. So I back up about a foot back, 2 feet back, and my buddy is behind me. I start giving him hand signals, back up 4 feet. And he backs up, and we continue the conversation. And then what really startled me was he knew the area of where we were camping. He knew the section. It was weird. And he knew, "Oh, you guys are in campsite. You're somewhere between," I can't remember the number, but I'll just say it was like, "You guys are somewhere between 18 and 21 or something along those lines." I can't remember the number exactly, and we were the middle number. So we were 20 or 19. And I'm like, how the heck did he know that? And the campsite had different sections in the campsite. So he knew our general area. Now it was really disturbed. So he had a whole plan of where he wanted to go once we get to the trail junction, and he was going a different way that we were going. So once we got to the junction, he wanted to come along with us. And I'm like, no, it's okay. We get to the main street, and I'm like, hey. At this point, I'm like, nah, it's okay. We're going to lay back. We got some stuff we got to do. And, hey, you enjoy your hike. Just keep going down that way. There's a really cool place to check out. And we eventually got him to go the other way. Didn't take much effort, but it freaked us out. So I told my buddy, I said, look, I can stay here tonight. But if we stay here tonight, I'm not sleeping. I'll pull an all-nighter, and I will red-eye it, and I'll watch the campsite the whole night to make sure this guy doesn't come out of the bushes with a freaking machete. You know, I said, okay, remember when I told you? I said, if you feel uncomfortable at any time, you go ahead and wave that flag, and if you feel uncomfortable any time, you wave that flag, and we'll go. And he said, I'm feeling uncomfortable. I don't feel comfortable with staying tonight. Okay, we'll pack our bags. We packed up, and we took off. The other incident that occurred is more of a ghost story. I was up here, actually, where I'm filming right now, and I was filming a video. And I'm filming my video, and there's nobody around, and I'm speaking out loud because I'm trying to fuddle around with my camera, and I'm going to show you the clip. And I'm fuddling around with my camera, and then all of a sudden this voice from somewhere that sounded like it was really close, although there was nobody there, speaks. And it said, too slow or something slow, too slow. That's what it kind of sounded like. And it was my mic recorded it. It was so strange. And I didn't pick it up until I got home and I listened to my footage. And I'm like, what the heck? And it was like responding to me. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? I said something in the video. But I'm going to show the video to you guys right now. And then you guys can leave comments down below and tell me what you think about it. Oh, that's why. That could have been something else. Who knows? But pretty creepy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't have, like, you know, interesting encounters, but I don't have a lot. But, hey, if any of you guys ever have some ghost stories that you're hiking around and something came about or you run into some interesting people, leave a comment down below. Talk about it. We can collaborate stories. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. You guys are all so awesome. Thank you guys so much. I keep trekking along with this channel, and it just means a lot to have a lot of you guys' support. So that means so much to me, and I really do appreciate it a lot. It means a ton. You know, I'm so happy doing these videos, and the collaboration I've got for support of people that wanted to help me with the videos or be a part of them for a video has been great too. So thank you. I didn't even think that I was going to meet. I've met some amazing people on YouTube. So just incredible people that have inspired me and actually helped me grow as a person. So a lot of you guys, with all your support, it's done so much for me as a human being. So I appreciate that so much. Well, be safe out there and don't get too freaked out. You know, Halloween is a time to celebrate and have a good time and take the kids out and let them trick-or-treat if your kids are young enough. When I was a kid, I trick-or-treated until I was like 21. I couldn't get enough of candy. Oh, boy. Then it eventually bit me in the butt. That's a whole nother story by itself. So, anyways, I really do enjoy it. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to continue to make more videos. We are going to do some owl videos that are going to come out. That's going to be later. I'll probably end up doing that in November. Me and Tyler are discussing doing another video. It's not entirely set yet, but I want to do one of the tarantulas, so we'll do that pretty soon. Just have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for checking out the channel. Take care. May look like a ranger. Not the impression I was trying to give off, but that's what happened.